Stan Gibilisco here, proprietor and operator of amateur radio station W1GV, Whiskey 1 Golf Victor. The date, December 17, 2013. The time, 2:40 p.m. Mountain Standard, or 2140 Zulu. We're listening to W1AW, the ARRL official station transmitting from Newington, Connecticut to the Black Hills of Dakota Territory, United States of America, on 28 megahertz. It's unusual to hear them on this band of late because the propagation hasn't been that good, but the past few days it's obviously gotten better, and the propagation forecast bulletins that come from this station have indicated that as well. There they are on 21 megahertz, booming in very nicely. 18 megahertz, booming in pretty well. About the same on 14 megahertz, but we've got that pesky noise. Let's go to the SSB filter, and you can see how awful that noise is when we tune to a vacant frequency S8. Let's tune up a little bit, see what else is on this band, what we can hear through this awful noise. Phase shift keying. And you go up to 76 kilohertz above the bottom of this band, and you will hear this slow multiple frequency shift keying. It is a mode, and one of these days I'm going to have to look it up and tell you exactly what it's called. But it is a synchronous mode. You need to synchronize your computer with a time standard, and then I believe it uses 4 different tones in a sequence that combine to form characters and words. And they claim that it offers up to a 10 dB signal-to-noise ratio improvement over old-fashioned CW in the human ear. I've heard stories about this mode coming in when you couldn't hear anything. You just happened to have your radio tuned and synchronized to exactly the right time and frequency, and stuff started magically appearing on the screen. It was that stuff. It's a very promising mode. Not a whole lot on here that we can hear, I guess. Now look, the noise, notice it's down to S5 on this band here, 18 megahertz. K5. Let's see. That is a C6. Now I wonder what on earth that is. Let me look in my handy-dandy. C6 would be Bahamas. Well, that's nothing particularly spectacular then, in terms of actual distance. Now we're outside of the band. But there are signals. 21 megahertz, let's see what else is here. Notice the noise is down further, down to S4. Wow. Of course, we've got the preamplifier cranked all the way up. Well, we're hearing some stuff, but not, well, I believe I heard one signal. Is that some stuff? He's calling CQJA. He wants Japan. That's a W1, New England. Same general location as W1AW would be, but a lot weaker. Now, I used to be able to read code at that speed. That's somewhere around 50 words a minute, I'd say. I can't make head or tail out of it these days, but there's W1AW again. Now see how much louder they are than that other W1. But W1AW's antennas are pointed right at me. I'm looking right down the barrel of their rifle here. I remember, and I know exactly the orientation of their antennas because I worked there in the 1970s. 1977, 1978, I worked at W1AW, and their antennas, their Yagis for 20, 15, and 10 meters were oriented towards San Francisco, which would put the Black Hills right in their sights. I assume they're still using the same orientation. They try to get the best coverage they can over the entire continental United States. And I guess Hawaii would be in their sights too. I follow a great circle, probably pretty close. Well, let's see what we got on. I've worked this guy. I believe it's an H7 or something like that. H7ORO or something like that. Anyway, I don't know where he... Well, there are signals, and that's all that matters to me right now at this point. Finally, we'll close out this little episode of W1GV Propagation Watch by going down to the Chaos band. See, now there's a problem with CB. Skip. That's what we've been listening to all through this entire video. That what the CBers call skip. That's a mistaken technical term, by the way. It's not skip is when you have phenomenon where it skips over a zone. The skip zone is where you can't hear stuff. Skip, therefore, is not really the right term to use. He's in a place called Polk County. He's probably in the southern USA. Seems like there are a lot of people in the southern US, Dixie, who like to use this band, still like to get on there and do the kind of stuff that was so popular in the 1970s. It sounds like fun, but I'll tell you what, ham radio in all its glory is more fun. Stan Jabalisco, W1GV, Whiskey 1 Golf Victor, saying 73 and so long.